Say the word California, and everybody's mind goes to the same place. The beaches, the palm trees, the million-dollar bungalows, and prices so high a regular person just quietly gives up and looks somewhere else. And that right there is the mistake, because everybody's staring at the coast, and almost nobody turns around to look at the other California, the one behind the mountains. Because there are two of them. There's the California on the postcard, and then there's this one. The mountains, the pines, the lakes, and the long, quiet back roads where the land still runs cheap and wide. Same state, same sunshine. And up here, instead of fighting over a shoebox in the city, you get real acreage, real elbow room, and the kind of freedom that comes with owning a piece of ground nobody can crowd you off of. This week that meant a hexagon house on 40 private acres and an old 1920 farmhouse sitting on 30 with a creek running straight through the middle of it. Land you can actually stretch out on. 10 houses. The top one runs $259,000. The last one, a whole 3-bedroom home, comes in under $50. I'm Joseph, and I'm retired. Every week I pick a state and go digging through the listings until I find the ones worth showing you. California surprised me this week. I did not expect to find deals like these hiding in a state everybody swears they can't afford. If you like what you see, subscribe to my channel Tiny Bucks Houses so you catch these before everyone else does. And stay with me for that last one, a whole 3-bedroom house in the one corner of California nobody's watching. Now what a place to start. Picture a handcrafted wooden home standing high on a mountain shoulder near Spy Rock, wrapped in tier after tier of open deck with 26 acres of your own private forest falling away in every direction and nothing on the horizon but green ridges and open sky. This isn't a house somebody threw up in a weekend. Somebody dreamed this one and then built it by hand, and you can feel that the moment you lay eyes on it. Step inside and the craftsmanship is everywhere. Rich hardwood floors run underfoot, warm wood ceilings soar up into a cathedral peak overhead, and there are custom touches in every corner, including handmade steel railings, forged and shaped by hand, the kind of artful detail you just don't find in an ordinary house. The kitchen sits open to the living space, an island anchoring it all, so whether it's a quiet morning or a house full of people, everybody stays together in the warmth. And that warmth is real because a wood-burning stove sits at the heart of it, throwing off that deep, honest heat on a cold mountain night. There's a comfortable full bath and 3 bedrooms spread across the 2 levels. Room for family, room for guests, room for a life up here. And here's a detail I like. This home runs on solar with an 11-kilowatt generator standing by for backup, so you're making your own power up on this ridge. No monthly bill from anybody, just you and the sun and the quiet. Now step back outside, because those decks are the whole soul of this place. Level after level of open-air living wrapping the house, so you can chase the sun in the morning or the shade in the afternoon, host a whole crowd, or just sit alone with your coffee, and the biggest view you've ever owned. And the 26 acres give you everything a person could want. A small orchard already fruiting, sunny private garden spots for growing your own, a detached studio that could be an office or a guest space or a hobby room, plus a large shed and a detached garage for every project and every toy. Now let me show you where this is, a world away from the crowded coast and yet still the same state. This is big, wild, forested country, towering trees, clean air, winding rivers, and back roads that go quiet for miles. The little town of Laytonville has your groceries and your basics when you need them, but the real draw up here is the solitude. Hardly a soul around, the kind of privacy and elbow room that's almost impossible to find in California anymore. So here's what you're getting. A handcrafted mountain home on 26 private acres, solar-powered, wrapped in multi-level decks with sweeping forest views, $259,000. The first property already felt like a rare find, but the next house somehow takes it even further. 30 acres, a historic farmhouse, and a creek running right through the heart of the property. Some houses are just houses. This one's a piece of history you get to live in. Picture a tall white farmhouse standing back among the trees, a long covered porch across the front, 30 acres rolling out around it, and a creek, a real year-round creek, running right through the heart of the land. They call this place Cummings Station, and it's been standing here for more than 100 years. This was one of the old stopping places on the road north, back when this country was first opening up. Over the years, it's worn a few different hats. A roadside inn, a country getaway folks still remember fondly, and now, after all that, it's simply a home again, waiting for you. And there's a lot of house here, over 2,000 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 2 baths, warm wood floors, and big, easy rooms full of that old farmhouse character. It's roomy, it's solid, and it's ready to just move into and enjoy. But the real magic here is the land. 30 acres, fully fenced, mountains and forest in every direction, and that year-round creek winding straight through the middle of it, the sound of moving water always somewhere in the background. There's room out here for a garden, for animals, for an orchard, for guests, for whatever life you're dreaming of. Now let me show you where this is. Tucked into the wooded mountains of northern Mendocino County, up in the tall redwood country of far northern California. This is a land of giant trees, clear rivers, and small friendly towns, with Laytonville just up the road for whatever you need. It's the kind of green, quiet place people fall in love with. And once you're on this land, with that creek running through it, it's easy to see why. So here's what you're getting. A historic 5-bedroom farmhouse with over a century of stories behind it, on 30 fully fenced acres, with a year-round creek running right through the middle, $225,000. The next one takes this list in a completely different direction, and it's the kind of property that makes you wonder how a place like this is even for sale. Now this one is pure magic. Picture a brand new log cabin sitting right on the shore of a mountain lake, golden timber glowing in the evening sun, a big open deck stretched out toward the water, and the whole of Eagle Lake spread out in front of you while the sky lights up pink over the mountains. Some places you buy. This one you fall in love with. There's a little slice of paradise out that back door, and it's all yours. And here's the best part. It's brand new, and there's not one thing to fix. Built in 2019, this cabin is done. Step inside, and it's all warm, honey-colored wood, cozy and glowing, with luxury vinyl floors underfoot and pretty window coverings already hung. The kitchen's got granite counters and every appliance you need, right down to the washer and dryer. 2 bedrooms sit on the main floor, and up top there's a big open loft for even more beds. All told, this little place sleeps somewhere between 8 and 12 people comfortably. You could move in this afternoon and not lift a finger. It sits on 1.5 acres, served by its own private well and septic, and it's even got a whole house fire sprinkler system for real peace of mind. But the star of the show is out back. That big deck, with the patio furniture already there, looking straight out over the water. There's even an outdoor sink for cleaning your catch at the end of the day. Because this is Eagle Lake we're talking about, famous all over for its trophy trout. Imagine spending your mornings out on that water with a line in, and your evenings up on that deck watching the sun go down over the lake. And here's a thought. A place like this doesn't just have to be your escape. Move-in-ready cabins right on a famous lake make wonderful rentals, so when you're not up here soaking it in yourself, this little cabin could be busy paying for itself. Now let me show you where this is. Way up in the high country of northeastern California, near the mountain town of Susanville. Eagle Lake is one of the biggest natural lakes in the whole state, sitting up in clean, pine-scented mountain air, and it's a paradise for anybody who loves the outdoors, fishing, boating, kayaking, hiking, and wildlife everywhere you look. It's the kind of place people drive hours to visit for a week. The next house completely changes the direction of this list. It's one of those places you have to see for yourself because describing it doesn't really do it justice. Now hold on, because you have genuinely never seen a house like this one. Tucked into 40 acres of private redwood country forest sits a home built out of 8 six-sided rooms, all locked together like the cells of a honeycomb. Picture that. Not a square room in the place, a whole house of hexagons fitted one into the next, wrapped in warm wood, with light coming in from every angle. Somebody had a wild, beautiful idea out here in the woods of southern Humboldt, and they actually built it. There is nothing else like it anywhere. Now let me be straight with you. This place is waiting on the right person. Over 2,000 square feet of that incredible honeycomb layout with a wood stove and radiant heat built right into it, but it needs your vision and a bit of elbow grease to bring it all the way back to life. And here's what makes that exciting instead of scary. The bones are good, and the hard, expensive part is already handled. This place has real power run to it, not off-grid, and its own spring water flowing from the land. That's the stuff that costs a fortune to bring in. Here it's already done. And then there's the land, 40 acres of it, a real mix of open meadow and shady forest, so you get sunny spots to build and grow and quiet woods to wander, with a pond on the property and a producing orchard already dropping fruit for you. There's a shed and a detached 2-car garage with an unfinished upper level just waiting to become a workshop, a studio, or a whole second little living space down the road. Real privacy without feeling like you're at the end of the earth. Now let me show you where this is. Deep in southern Humboldt, the heart of California's giant redwood country, way up on the far north coast. This is a land of the tallest trees on earth, wild rivers, and misty green mountains rolling down toward the Pacific. It's remote, it's beautiful, and it's the kind of place people come to live quietly and close to nature. You get all that wild redwood country at your doorstep, with a real town close enough for whatever you need. So here's what you're getting. A one-of-a-kind honeycomb house you'll never find the twin of on 40 private acres, with real power, spring water, a pond, and an orchard already in. A rare and genuinely different piece of California for $198,000. Some listings disappear quietly. The next one is doing the opposite. Thousands of people are already watching, and there's a very good reason this house is getting so much attention. Now just look at that view. Picture yourself standing on a long wooden deck, cup of coffee in hand, and the whole of Clearlake stretched out shining below you. Blue water, green hills, mountains rising up on the far shore, and the sun going down over all of it. That view right there is the whole reason this house exists. It's perched up on the hillside to catch every bit of it. And once you're standing on that deck looking out, it's awful hard to look away. The house itself is what they call a contractor special, and it's waiting on someone ready to bring their own vision to it. But here's why that's good news. There is a lot of house here to work with, over 1,800 square feet of it spread across an open, easy floor plan with the living room opening right out onto that lakeview deck. 2 bedrooms plus 2 bonus rooms you can turn into whatever you need. A home office, a workout room, a studio, a guest space. And here's a detail that matters. Both bedrooms and a full bath are right there on the main level, so you can live easy on one floor. You fix this one up the way you want it, and you've got yourself a big, bright home with a $1 million view for a fraction of the price. The view really is the star, but you've got the practical pieces too. Room to spread out inside, that big deck made for sunsets and company, and a quiet setting up above the lake. This is one of those places where you're not really paying for the walls. You're paying for what you see when you step out the front door. Now let me show you where this is. Right on the shore of Clearlake, the largest natural lake in all of California, up in the quiet hills north of the wine country. This is easygoing small-town lake living. The water's full of catfish, the hills are made for hiking, and the national forest is right up the road. It's one of the most affordable lakefront corners left in the whole state, which is exactly why a view like this is still within reach out here. So here's what you're getting. A big, over 1,800 square foot home with 2 bonus rooms and 1 level living, perched up on the hillside with a jaw-dropping deck view over the largest lake in California. $188,000. The next property is where you realize just how different life can feel when there's nothing pressing in around you. And 25 acres are yours to decide what comes next. Now here's one for the person who dreams about a whole mountain to themselves. Picture a home sitting high on Simmerly Ridge, gold grass and green timber falling away on every side, a private gate down at the road, and endless mountain views rolling out to the horizon. But here's what makes this one special. It isn't one piece of land, it's 2. 2 adjoining parcels selling together, close to 25 acres in all. That's your home on one, and a whole second stretch of ridge on the other, with big open views and a perfect spot to build again someday, or just to know that all of it is yours and nobody's ever crowding in. The home itself is a cozy two-story that lives simple and easy, warmed by a wood stove on a cold night, with a rear porch for taking in that mountain air. And it runs off the grid. Solar panels, a battery bank, and a backup, all keeping the lights on out here, with a permitted well for your water and even internet available, so you're remote but never truly cut off. It's a comfortable, honest mountain home, and it's ready for you to make it shine. But the real treasure here is what surrounds it: the space, the silence, and the freedom. 25 acres of your own private ridge, gated for privacy, with a couple of outbuildings already there for your gear and your projects. Room to breathe, room to roam, room to do whatever you please without a neighbor in sight. And here's the part I really like. The seller is motivated, and get this, he's willing to carry the loan himself. That means you might not need a bank at all. You could work out the terms straight with the owner and step right onto your own mountain. Now let me show you where this is. Back up in the high, wild mountains of inland Mendocino County, in the tall timber of far northern California. This is deep, quiet forest country. Big trees, clean air, long views, and back roads that run empty for miles. The town of Laytonville's got your basics about 35 minutes down the hill, but up on this ridge, it's just you and the mountains. This is the kind of solitude people spend their whole lives chasing. So, a cozy off-grid mountain home on close to 25 private gated acres across 2 parcels with endless views and a seller who will finance it himself. $149,000. After all the houses I've shown on this channel, I honestly thought I'd run out of surprises. Then I found the next one, and I knew immediately it had to make the list. Now this is the one. If you've been waiting this whole video for something you have truly never seen before, here it is. Rising up out of the pines on 2.5 acres stands a 3-story pyramid. A real pyramid, a house shaped like something out of ancient Egypt, tucked into the California foothills. Step inside, and it's every bit as wild as the outside. Warm wood ceilings climb up to a point 3 stories overhead, the beams fanning out like spokes on a wheel, and the whole layout is as one of a kind as the shape that holds it. Over 2,300 square feet in here, 3 bedrooms, 2 wood-burning stoves keep the whole thing cozy when the mountain air turns cold. Now this one's an opportunity. It's been held by the same owner since the 1970s, and it's ready for your updates and your personal touches. But here's what makes it such a smart buy. The expensive, invisible groundwork is already done. It's got a well, a septic, and power all in place, plus a big fenced garden area ready for planting. You're not starting from dirt. You're stepping into a finished canvas that just needs your paint, and there is not another home like it anywhere in the area, maybe anywhere at all. Let me say the number out loud because it's part of the story. Over 2,300 square feet on 2.5 acres for $125,000. That works out to about $53 a square foot. For a genuine architectural landmark, that's almost hard to believe. Now let me show you where this is. This is easy-going foothill country, forests all around, little lakes for fishing close by, and the big city of Chico just down the hill when you need it. It's the kind of quiet, green, tucked-away spot where a person could happily disappear into a project like this and come out the other side with something unforgettable. So here's what you're getting. A one-of-a-kind 3-story pyramid home, over 2,300 square feet on 2.5 acres, with well, septic, and power already in for $125,000. The next one doesn't need a crazy story or a jaw-dropping feature to stand out. Sometimes the simplest property is the one that makes the most sense. After that pyramid, here's a place that just feels like a warm hug. Picture a cheerful little red cottage sitting under the trees on a quiet piece of foothill land, neat as a pin, with a covered porch out front made for morning coffee. And you can tell right away this one's different from a lot of what we've seen. It hasn't been left to sit. The same family has loved and looked after this little home for years, and it shows in every corner. This isn't a project. This is somebody's cherished home, and it's ready to become yours. Step inside and it's warm and bright and genuinely charming. There's a wood stove set against a brick wall throwing off cozy heat, an eat-in kitchen with custom cabinets and a pantry, and 2 comfortable bedrooms. The windows are updated and double-paned. The systems have been upgraded, so the work that scares people off an old house is already handled here. Every appliance stays, right down to the washer. You truly could just move in and start living. But here's the part that makes this one such a smart buy. It's not 1 lot, it's 2. The sale includes a second adjoining parcel for close to 1 acre altogether. That's room to garden, room to expand, room to build a shop or park the RV, or just enjoy the extra elbow room. And out back there's already a detached garage and a separate workshop for all your projects and tools. For a tidy, move-in ready home, that's a whole lot of room and possibility. And here's a nice bonus. With the right amount down, the seller may be willing to carry the loan himself. So this could be another one where you don't necessarily need to go begging a bank. You could step right into a clean, cared-for little home and a couple of acres, straight from the owner. Now let me show you where this is. Way up in the far northern reaches of California, in the high country near Mount Shasta, a land of wide-open foothills, pine forest, and that big snow-capped mountain watching over it all. This is quiet, historic ranching country where the roads are empty and the air is clean. It's a paradise for anybody who loves the outdoors, hunting, fishing, and scenic trails right out your door, and the kind of peaceful, private, small-town living that's getting harder to find every year. So here's what you're getting. A charming, move-in-ready red cottage that's been lovingly cared for years on 2 lots totaling close to 1 acre, with a garage, a workshop, upgraded systems, and an owner who may finance it himself, $105,000. The next one is where the numbers start getting almost ridiculous. A furnished home near a mountain lake with the lowest property tax of the entire list. Now here's a rare thing on a list like this. A home you can move into today, fully furnished, for under $100,000. Picture a solid little house sitting on a corner lot in the quiet mountain town of Westwood. A metal roof over the top, big trees around it, and the furniture already inside waiting for you. No hunting for a couch, no truck full of boxes. You turn the key and you're home. Step inside and it's roomy and comfortable, all on one easy level. No stairs to climb. There's a spacious living room built around a wood-burning stove, so you've got that real cozy heat on a cold mountain night, plus a proper dining area and an eat-in kitchen with room to gather. 2 comfortable bedrooms, a full bath, and every appliance staying right where it is, washer and dryer included. The listing says it just wants a little touch-up on the outside, but inside, it's ready to live in right now. And out back, you've got a detached 2-car garage, real enclosed space for your vehicles, your tools, your winter projects, all out of the weather. On a corner lot with room around it, this little place has everything a person actually needs, and not a thing they don't. Now here's the detail that seals it. This home sits on city water and city sewer. No well to tend, no septic to worry about, and the property taxes on this place run just $486 a year. That's the kind of number that makes you read it twice. Now let me show you where this is. Up in the pine-covered mountains of northeastern California, in the cool, clean air of high lake country. You're just a short drive from beautiful Lake Almanor and the trails and peaks of the Mount Lassen country, some of the prettiest, most peaceful outdoor land in the whole state. This is a small, friendly mountain town with real history, where folks still wave from the porch, and the fishing, hiking, and quiet are all right out your door. So here's what you're getting. A solid, fully furnished, 1-level home with a metal roof and a 2-car garage on city services near a mountain lake with a tax bill of just $486 a year, $94,000. And now the last one, the cheapest house on the entire list, in a part of California most buyers never even think to look. And here we are, the last house, the cheapest of them all, and the one that proves the whole point of this video. After a lifetime of being told California is impossible, here's a full 3-bedroom house on its own land for $49,450. Not a lot, not a trailer. A real house you own in California. And look what that buys. Over 1,100 square feet, 3 real bedrooms, a full bath, a spacious living room, tile floors throughout, an indoor laundry room, a big enclosed patio to sit out of the desert sun, a new wood fence, and even RV and boat storage. That's a whole lot of house and yard for a number this small. Now I'll be straight with you. There's solar on the roof, though it needs a few parts to run again. But the important things are here and hooked up. City water, natural gas, and its own septic. Good solid bones, just waiting on someone ready to claim it. Now let me show you where this is. Way out in the wide open high desert of Southern California, on the road toward Death Valley. This is big sky, wide horizon country, quiet, remote, and starry at night in a way the cities forgot about. A small desert town where a dollar still stretches further than just about anywhere in the state, with some of the most dramatic open country in the West right out the door. And here's what you're getting. A whole 3-bedroom, 1,100 square foot house on its own land, with an enclosed patio, RV storage, city water and gas, and a possible path to owner financing, $49,450. You just saw 10 California homes, from a handcrafted lodge on 26 mountain acres all the way down to a 3-bedroom house for under $50,000, and every single one of them is real and was listed at the time of filming. This is the state everybody swears they've been priced out of, and they're right about one California, the one on the postcard. But there's a whole other one behind those mountains, full of land and space and homes a regular person can still afford, and hardly anybody turns around to look at it. The links, the photos, and the agent details are all down in the description. If one of these got its hooks in you, go take a closer look. And if you like what you see, subscribe to my channel Tiny Bucks Houses so you catch these deals before everyone else does.